Welcome back to the Digital Lounge Talks here in the beautiful garden of the castle in Kreuzlingen. I'm with Alexander Finger today. He's the Chief Technology Officer of SAP Switzerland, and he is really enthusiastic, I can say that, I think, Alexander, about AI and generative AI. Please share with us what excites you most at the moment.
What excites me most is that so many of our customers see the opportunity to move forward, and they are inspired by AI because information technology has become very tangible with ChatGPT. Everybody can try it out. People try it out at home. The children try it out. They do their homework. Everybody gets excited about that, and let's say the broadness of understanding of a technology is so large. I wouldn't remember which technology ever had this before, because most other technologies are looked at a bit bizarre, like the first mobile phones, very strange, until people really got into it. But with ChatGPT and then the whole Gen AI, we have a huge insight and a huge awareness, and people are a bit scared as well at the same time. And I think it's a great opportunity, not because they are scared, but because there is this antagonism to create new solutions and to move forward with development.
Yes, but the opportunities are so vast. There's so many use cases, so many different models that have different capabilities as well. How do companies find the right use cases to try out?
You said it already, they try out. So what we see is that our customers who had a bit of time to think about AI and about how to tackle this technology, first they came back to a very, let's say, simple principle of asking themselves what their innovation process is. And then they applied this innovation process to AI. And some were forced to introduce an innovation process. So we have customers, one of our customer CIOs said that he thinks that with Gen AI, he suddenly has 15,000 innovators at his fingertips in his organization, and he wants to use this potential and bring all those collaborators into a situation in which they can try out the tools and propose solutions and bring them forward. And what we do ourselves inside SAP and what we suggest to do to our customers is that we create playgrounds. We have an AI playground in which I, as an SAP employee, can try out different models, compare as well, how does one model behave, what does the other model do, and learn about the technology in a safe haven.
Exactly.
So the data I put in is not going out somewhere into the wild. I know where it's going. It is controlled. We have trainings coming with that as well, and that model works quite well for us, and I see that it works quite well for the customers who adopt it. And the next step is to listen and to think, where does it make sense to use the capability?
Yes, I really like the idea of a playground, and you were sharing before in your keynote as well the possibilities to enhance really the customer experience or also the user experience within SAP or any other platform basically. What do we see coming there?
That refers to the big change in UI which I see coming. I know that's already your personal topic as well, because now we are at a point of convergence, and you used that word in our discussion, and I like that very much. We see that technologies are converging. Augmented reality is getting to a point where it's getting amazingly good. It's really impressive. We have so much data available to show. We have so much computing power available to create real-time interactions and realistic representations of people, impersonating people, in the good sense of making information tangible, and as well creating new insights into information. So we can do things we could theoretically do already before, but we didn't have the computing power available. And if we put all this together, the data, the computing power, the Gen AI capabilities, and the business process knowledge and all the business process data we have in ERP systems, I mean, I did this in my presentation. I showed how could it be to talk to an ERP system. And I'm very much convinced that this is going to happen, that we will be able to sit down with SAP next to us and have a discussion about current revenue numbers, for example, with SAP as a real-life interaction partner, giving us insights which is not biased as well. Because it's a huge opportunity to simplify as well a bit the way businesses work by reducing information preparation instead of instead go directly into what the information is in the system.
It's both simplifying but also humanizing in a way. So if you give SAP a a physical representation by an avatar. That's also kind of interesting to see how we as humans crave that. We do want to talk to our systems, but then they do kind of have to look like a person. Is that something you see a lot? Because I know you're also sort of into trends a lot, and you watch those closely, of course.
What we see is the example where we have avatars doing presentations, and data migration is using that for their product presentation. And now we take that one step further and have the impersonated avatar speak in real time. And we won't notice that it's an avatar anymore. It will look for us as a real interaction. I think that's the key, that we get beyond pre-scripted dialogues into real dialogues. And Gen AI offers us that possibility. And what is so compelling to me is that we reach new customers, we reach new ERP users. So people who cannot read, who cannot write, can suddenly use an ERP system. And that is a problem for many industries and many of our customers who are not producing, for example, in Switzerland, where the alphabetization rate is really high, but who might be in areas where they have to work with people who never visited a school.
Yes. So we're closing a little bit the digital divide, which I think is a topic since the internet came along, and I know you I love saying that you were there for the birth of the internet as well. So when you take all of the experiences that you had and you look into the future, let's say 2 years, but then also 5 years and 10 years maybe, what do you see coming?
We will see now a huge wave of adoption of information technology as such, because with the Gen AI awareness, I don't want to call it hype, but because I think it's much more than a hype, but with this general awareness, what comes is an awareness of what IT can actually do and deliver to humanity, to organizations, to everybody. So I think we will see a real leap forward in adoption of information technology and new developments. We will call some things AI which actually are not AI, which are just IT or common IT as we know it. And then the really compelling or it might be scaring idea to me is that when you follow the idea of calling this AI hitting the industry a steam engine moment, which is the image I like to use because it's really changing the way we can work, like the steam engine changed production. The next thing we did with the steam engine was to produce electricity. And when we translate that back to AI, the question is what type of AI will we produce with the help of AI? Yes. So what will happen there?
What's the next thing, yeah.
And I have no idea. I think we will see huge steps forward in the user interface area.
Yeah.
And those are going to require some control, some regulation as well, to not literally lose our minds in these new user interfaces, but at the same time make them to servers and help the world run better. But I have no idea what's going to come. But I like that.
That sounds exciting.
It's very interesting, and the way I handle this is to have a strategy and
yes,
put out the rules, how I want to learn, what do I want to learn, where do I look for, whom do I use as inspiration, and what are the ethical principles behind our activities.
I wanted to allude to that. What are the guiding principles you employ at SAP Switzerland when it comes to AI?
SAP as such has since long an AI ethics policy. So we have been working on AI not since ChatGPT but before, and we have a process, a structure in place to evaluate everything we do using AI against our own principles, help the world run better and improve people's lives. That's one. But we have as well ethics principles. We have red lines which we respect when we develop AI tools. And we play every idea, every new project against those. We have an ethics committee who gives an approval or denies a certain AI product. So this is very strongly governed, and that's the way we make sure that what we put out on the market using AI works.
Okay, so we can expect a lot more coming from SAP. The innovation kitchen is cooking, I assume.
The pipeline is full.
Wonderful. And with that, I'd love to close it for today. Thank you so much for being with us, Alexander.
Thanks, Isabel.
And I hope we'll talk in about 2 years and we see which of your predictions are coming true. And yes.